What can we do to regain control when a craving sneaks up on us? What can we do before the craving hits us so that it doesn't tempt us? Today, I'm sharing 15 tips that are really going to help you overcome those cravings so that you can succeed on your diet. Hi there, welcome to AnnEvolving. On any given day, cravings are difficult, and especially on a diet, it's because you know you shouldn't, and then it really makes it enticing. If you're here, you may know my story. I lost 30 pounds at the age of 58, which was 2 years ago, and I lost it on a program called BodySlims. I know that other diet programs work for other people. This is the one that worked for me, and it's the one I usually talk about on the channel. My cravings were serious. I have some really helpful tips. I'm not going to say they're easy in the beginning, but they are helpful. So let's get started. So tip number 1 is to stay hydrated. I can't tell you how important this is. It's getting 2 water bottles and filling them up and drinking those by noon if you can. Get that done. Or drink one before noon and then work on the other one throughout the day. That's not the same as drinking beverages with artificial sweeteners. Those kind of mess with your taste buds and it will still leave you craving sweet things. So cut out all of that. Just stick with water. If you want something sweet, maybe put some strawberries or blueberries or cucumber in your water to infuse it with flavor. You're going to be amazed at how cutting out that stuff, you're going to feel more energy. Your skin's going to really love you too. So number 2, and it's going to be a biggie on the program, is to avoid processed and packaged foods. So buy food that does not come in a package. You're buying fresh food that you are cooking. And I know that means you have to make time to cook. Showing up for yourself just like you would a child or a pet if they needed a special diet. When you do that for yourself, when you make time for yourself, it's going to start feeling rewarding for you along the way. Okay, tip number 3 is to be sure you get enough sleep. A good night's sleep will help curb your hunger. And that just helps keep cravings in check. If you can aim for 7 to 8 hours a night, when I was well rested, I didn't have as many cravings. I just felt more ready to tackle the day. My mind was sharper, my outlook was brighter. These things do contribute to your overall ability to confront that challenge or the craving. Help your body by getting enough rest. So tip number 4 is to incorporate protein into every meal you're having. It's easier than it sounds because really you're just having 3 meals a day on this program. And so those 3 meals have to be nutrient packed and protein packed because protein is going to really help you feel full and satisfied. And that helps curb cravings. For breakfast, that could be 2 eggs. For lunch, that could be chicken in your salad. For dinner, that can be lean meat. And if you're interested in the things I ate while I was on the program, I do have a menu and a shopping list that I put on my website, AnnEvolving.com. It's free if you want it. I would stick with what he's saying, stick with him. And then as you get used to it, if you're curious about, how did she do it? You can look there and you can look at some of the other videos in the playlist. I hope they're helpful. Tip number 5, practice mindful eating. Because I was eating 3 meals a day, I could really savor the taste of foods. My taste buds became a lot brighter or sensitive. I don't know how to describe it. And once you begin that habit of being a mindful eater, you become very aware of your eating when you're not really hungry. Learning a new habit, it's hard to do it just because someone said to do it. It's easier to stick with something when you start feeling significant changes in yourself. So noticing these things is helpful, and I encourage you to do it. Tip number 6, plan your meals and snacks. Meal planning and meal prep is the key to staying in front of those cravings. Learning how to use the weight, the scale in the kitchen is going to be new. So give yourself some grace and patience. You will learn it and you will be so happy with yourself that you did it. And I know we would do it for other people, so why not just do it for us, right? Okay, tip number 7, manage your stress, because stress is a constant in life. But stress for me is my trigger. That nervous energy makes me eat. In this program, it is not just about your physical health or, your eating and getting fit. It's kind of about your mental health too. And I learned and continue to speak to myself. That is one of the things that I do to help manage stress, and I would encourage you to do, is to find some thought conditioners. So a thought conditioner for me is something I repeat many times. It's not just once a day or twice a day, but when I do it, it works out that nervous energy for me. I do have a lot of those over on my Instagram feed and in my community tab on YouTube. So whichever one is easy for you, write the ones out that are helpful to you, whether they're mine or yours. Put them on your mirror, put them in the car, put them in the refrigerator, put them by your bed, put them by the TV, wherever it is that you have those moments that challenge you. Tell yourself, I can do it. I'm a woman. I can do anything. If we're the age that we are now, we can do anything. And then when I'm on the other side of the craving, I feel so good about it. Don't beat yourself up if you have the craving and you give into it. We're not perfect, and that's not what this is about. It's just about strategies that may help. The next one kind of follows the one we just talked about, which is to track your cravings. And the reason I say that is you will learn what it is that's bringing about these cravings. As you start, kind of paying attention to what you're doing throughout the day, and when those things happen, you will learn solutions for yourself. I'll give you an example. On my way home from work, I bring an apple to eat because I know for me, I love coming home and the first thing I think of is a glass of wine and peanuts or a snack. So that became my way to manage that very powerful craving. Kind of tailor your program to you and start to work around the cravings. With these cravings, that also goes with a journal. I know that there's an app in this program and it's going to be very helpful to you, but I also kept a journal. Journaling through this process, you will be able to see what's going on. And one of the most important things you can do is to acknowledge your non-scale victories. Doing that and overcoming a craving is a huge win for yourself. I think I'm on number 10. Anyway, it's don't skip breakfast, because you are training your body to go those 3 meals. I've never been a breakfast eater, and now I eat breakfast every day, and I feel so good. Eat foods that when you drink with them water, when you drink your water, it helps you feel full. Things like oatmeal, chia seeds, that kind of expand in your stomach are really good for you, and they do help you feel full. Let's see, oats, chickpeas, blueberries, broccoli, Brussels sprouts. All of these foods are very fibrous. So eating these foods, you feel full and satisfied. Here's another biggie. When you feel a craving, one of the things that I do now that I wasn't as aware of before, I learned through the program, and a tip that I have for you is try to move when you're having emotions and you're having cravings, because that should relieve some of that craving, the intensity. Stand up and do some little motions and stretches and things like that. And it really does help release a lot of that emotion that's just wearing down on me. Okay, here's one that worked really well for me. And you're gonna think it's funny, but it's toothbrushing. It was almost like a treat. I mean, I'm not gonna go so far as to say it was like dessert, but it certainly curbed my cravings for something sweet after I ate. You're stronger than any craving. Yes, it's going to be hard, but it's not going to take you down. It's going to be fine and you can do it. I do have a video that I will link for planning my meals, prepping the meals, weighing the foods. To me, that was the hardest part other than the cravings, and I'll put the video right here. I look forward to seeing you in the next one.